Right now at 6, a Houston man caught mailing strange packages to young girls across the country. Why his father says there's a simple explanation for the unusual messages. A mother arrested, accused of abandoning her 2 small children after she was evicted. How the toddler and baby are doing now. Plus, could this be the solution to Houston's horrible traffic?
It can be soul-sucking at times.
The idea helping other cities cut back on congestion. The news starts now.
Prosecutors believed a possible predator was sending strange packages like this to young girls across the country.
Now the FBI has located the man sending the packages. They say he lives right here in the Houston area, but say he's not a threat.
And tonight the man's father is setting the record straight. Stephanie Whitfield has been digging all day into this, and there is much more to the story here, Steph.
Guys, there is. It turns out that the man sending the packages is mentally challenged. His family tells me he meant no harm. This is one of the packages authorities in Alabama warned about. They believed a man was targeting dozens of girls across the country. But we've now learned the sender had ulterior motives, according to his family.
Well, he's diagnosed as with Asperger's syndrome, and he's supposed to have a mentality of a 10-year-old, but he didn't mean any harm.
That's why at 42 years old, his son is more like a child. The Harris County man claimed to be 14 in his letters. We're not identifying him because the FBI confirms he poses no credible threat.
He's been trying to reach out to have friends.
The packages he sent contain things like a donut, a church bulletin, and several travel brochures.
What he was trying to show is there are some nice places around the world because we traveled quite a bit when they were kids.
He understands why other parents are concerned, but wants them to know.
And we are doing the best that we can.
That dad thinks his son found the girls' addresses online while at his adult daycare. And although the packages were unsolicited, the FBI says sending them isn't illegal. Guys?
What an ordeal. I mean, for that young man as well as the people on the receiving end as well, too. Yeah. All right, Stephanie Whitfield, thanks so much.
Yeah, the scary part is finding the names online. Here's a woman accused of abandoning her 2 young children with no plans to return. Now this mother is locked up. She was arrested this afternoon, and the details simply heartbreaking. Police say 22-year-old Carrie Rochelle Green was given an eviction notice from the Yorkshire apartment complex on March 23rd. Now we don't know when she actually moved out, but a month later, on April 23rd, a manager went to the unit and found a 10-month-old girl covered in vomit and mucus and a 2-year-old boy who was severely malnourished. Investigators say they didn't have any access to food or water. They're not saying how long the children had been left alone. Tonight, they are in foster care.
Just disturbing. Well, new tonight, 2 new lawsuits have been filed over the sexual abuse scandal involving gymnasts. One of them is by the owners of the Caroli Ranch in Huntsville. Bella and Martha Caroli are suing the U.S. Olympic Committee and USA Gymnastics. They claim they should not be held responsible for any lawsuits stemming from crimes committed at their facility by Larry Nassar. This comes as former gymnast Sabrina Vega filed a lawsuit against the Carolis today. It claims they didn't protect her and other athletes from the abuse at the ranch. Several gymnasts have come forward saying the former sports doctor abused them at the facility, which is now being investigated. Meanwhile, Nassar will spend the rest of his life behind bars for the abuse.
Tonight, KHOU 11 investigates what some call wasteful spending in the Houston School District.
Investigative reporter Jeremy Rogowski found it's happening at your child's bus stop. Jeremy, exactly what's going on?
Well, at a time when teachers are getting laid off, HISD is spending millions of extra tax dollars just to get kids to and from school. In fact, we learned the district is on pace to spend $8 million this year on a fancy fleet of charter buses that hit the street every day. Why? Well, because HISD is short nearly 300 drivers to hop in those old-fashioned yellow school buses. And the bus drivers union says HISD could fix that by paying drivers more, but instead they're taking taxpayers for a ride.
That's a big waste. That's another way HISD wasting money.
If you're getting kids to school, How is it a waste of money?
Because you're paying triple, sometimes quadruple what it costs for a yellow school bus.
True. True.
That was HISD Chief Operating Officer Brian Busby, who blames the massive driver shortage in part on Hurricane Harvey. Tonight at 10, hear more from him and some HISD parents, some of whom were left speechless, literally, when we show them the daily cost to get their children to and from school. Standing from Houston, Jeremy Rogowski, KHOU 11 investigates.
Developing tonight, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing the federal government, hoping to end the DACA program. DACA was started by the Obama administration. It offers deportation protection and work permits to about 700,000 people who were brought to the U.S. as a child. Paxton calls the program unconstitutional, but last week, a federal judge upheld the program and gave the Trump administration 3 months to explain why DACA is illegal. Paxton's lawsuit is being joined by 6 other states.
Harris County voters may decide whether to approve $2.5 billion for flood control projects.
Today, county commissioners unanimously voted to send a request to Governor Greg Abbott to call a special bond election on August 25th.
Adam Bennett, live along Buffalo Bayou tonight. Adam, this is only a few months away, this supposed election. County leaders say they'll be ready, though.
That's right, Len, and they say, look, August 25th, it's a Saturday, it's after summer break is over, so they are confident that this could help boost turnout. Now, they also say this date helps this issue not get overshadowed by the November midterms and also not get skipped over by straight ticket voters. Now, this date, it is also the 1-year anniversary that Hurricane Harvey made landfall, and that is no accident. County Judge Ed Emmett says keeping the issue top of mind is really key to rebuilding from the storm and lessening the chance of future flooding. Some commissioners preferred a November election, but ultimately voted for August to show unity. Emmett says he's still not sure of the final bond amount or how much more you could end up paying in taxes.
And there have been some times where we've passed bond elections, or the county has in the past, where it was anticipated a tax increase, but the growth took care of it, and it didn't result in one. I think certainly this one is very likely to, just because of the size and nature of it.
Emmett says the county would spend that bond money, if approved, on ongoing flood projects like widening Brays Bayou, as well as some of those long-time wish list projects we've been hearing about, like the third reservoir. Several citizens also asked commissioners before the vote to be sure to involve the community in picking those flood control projects. Now, Judge Emmett says they will be sending a letter out to Governor Abbott's office making this request. A member of Governor Abbott's press office told me this afternoon they're withholding comment until they actually receive that request. Nia.
All right, Adam Bennett, thank you so much. Well, this comes as we are just 1 month away from the start of hurricane season. It is time to make a game plan, folks.
And today's the day people should buy flood insurance. David Paul, if you don't have it, get it, and get it now.
And that's because if you buy it today, it takes 30 days to go into effect.
Yeah.
You can't just buy insurance.
You can't buy it when the storm
when
is
the storm
announced.
is coming. They don't let you do that. So now's the time to get it. And who should get it? Really, we recommend everybody, because from time to time, even 500-year floodplains, even higher floodplains get flooding, because sometimes it just rains so darn much in such a short period of time here in Houston, especially during hurricane season. Season's 30 days away. It takes 30 days for your flood insurance to go into effect. Flood insurance is not homeowners insurance. It's a separate policy. If you go to KHOU.com, go to the weather blog, we've written an article about getting flood insurance today. It's there for you. That's how we stand for Houston. Lovely evening, falling through the 70s, maybe a sprinkle or two. There's a big warm up tomorrow. We might hit 90. So far, the highest day of the year has only been 86. We'll take you to the desert where it's raining as well. I've got a lot to show you coming up.
All right, sounds like a plan. Thanks so much, David. Still ahead, a solution to Houston's traffic problem, how lowering the speed limit could help get things moving.
Also, how this pilot and her Houston area co-pilot are being honored for showing nerves of steel during an explosion on a Southwest Airlines flight.
And some call it the cover curse. Did Sports Illustrated just jinx the Rockets?